Hey guys, so yeah, we're going to be going through data cleaning, and most of our data cleaning will be consisting of just generally cleaning this small sheet of data right here. So the ideology behind data cleaning is that we put it all in a sort of unitary format where everything is consistent with each other, and it's more readable. It's more easier to do analysis on, and I'm going to show you why using this um, data cleaning method mostly is beneficial. So let's just try to um, put this on a chart. This right here, as you can see, it has different formats, which is not how it's supposed to be, right? We have dollar amounts here, we have regular numbers here, we have floating point numbers here, another set of regular amounts, and then we have numbers here on the left side, but it's not adjusted to the left side particularly. Well, in this case it is, but even if it weren't, because this is considered text, actually, that's why it's put to the left side, unless you adjust it there and it's a number. So what we should understand first is, why are we cleaning this data? So let's just try by illustrating or visualizing this grade column right here. And we're going to do that by going here to insert and clicking chart. So now let's look at this real quick. So you see how it breaks all these pieces down into different slices. The problem here is that we don't know what we're looking at. And the reason we don't know what we're looking at is because Google Sheets doesn't know what it's looking at. Usually it's expecting the data inside a chart to be uniform, so it should be consistent. In this case, it's not consistent. The numbers are very inconsistent. The floating points are inconsistent as well because some have it and some don't. And then we have a few text values here which cannot be quantified, so that's why it's not considered in here as well. And when we look at this chart right here, we can see that we don't know what we're looking at either. What is really broken down into what? What are we looking at? You can see here's the dollar amount for 65, indicating this right here. And then for $45, you can see right here, it's mapped to this right here. But then when we go over to this blue spot right here, it says 97, indicating this right. So it's a different, it's a lot of uh, formats. And the problem is we have to get them all to have the same format. And since it's the grade, obviously it shouldn't be in a dollar amount. It should be in a regular number amount or floating amount, so that we can visualize it easier. So that's why we need to clean data. Obviously, it's for other purposes as well, but that's just the introductory level. So first, what we're going to start off with is we're going to start, from the left, moving over to the right, just to clean each column one by one. So the first thing, and probably the hardest thing to do, would be cleaning this text information. So let me just point out what is obviously wrong with this. So it says full name right here. And usually common practice is to split the names into first name and last name. This full name has to be split into first name and last name. And notice how I'm saying the word split, because we're going to use the function called split, just like the function for max, function for min, function for average. There's a function for split that actually splits a string. A string is just text, basically. It's just another word for text. It splits a string, and the only thing you have to do is tell it where it has to split from. So in this case, if we want the first name, which is this right here, and the last name, we know that we have to split it from where it has the comma, right? See here as well, a comma is right here. So all these values, they have commas in between them. And we have to use that comma to sort of split it. If they add something else in between it, for example, this line right here, we'd say, okay, we're gonna separate the first name and the last name by this line right here and make sure we split it based off that. But in this case, using the comma. So that is how we're gonna clean this. And also, once we do that, we have to make sure that the spelling is correct, because we have here all caps, then we have here proper, we have here all caps, we have here proper. And proper, by the way, is just the regular format for writing a name. For example, if you write my name, which is Powell, this is the proper way to write it, right? This is the proper way to write it. Um, if I write this right here, this is an uppercase.